Thank you, Senator Corman, Senator Costa, President Pro Tem Scarnati, Speaker Turzai, Representative Cutler, Representative Dermody, and my dear former colleague from the House, Representative Dan Frankel, for putting together an event that was so incredibly meaningful, not just to all of us here in this chamber, in this building, but to all of those across the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Mr. President, I rise to echo the words of our good colleague from Allegheny County to say to Pennsylvanians that we are, in fact, stronger than hate. Mr. President, the Tree of Life Synagogue attack was not just an attack on our brothers and sisters of the Jewish faith. It was an attack on all of Pennsylvania. It was an attack on who we are. It was an attack on what we believe. It was an attack on the very reason and the foundation upon which this Commonwealth was founded. You know, last month, just next door at the Pennsylvania State Museum, they had William Penn's original charter from England on display. And the Pennsylvania Historical Museum Commission writes, William Penn was a visionary who dreamed of a colony where people could live together harmoniously. He fled Europe because of prevalent religious discrimination. William Penn was a visionary for religious freedom. We see it here. It surrounds us in the incredible paintings of Violet Oakley in this chamber. William Penn is often credited for freedom of religion in our nation's first amendment to our Constitution. And here we are, over 338 years from when King Charles II signed the Charter of Pennsylvania. Immigrants from all over the world, including my own ancestors, came to call Pennsylvania home. Penn wrote, "This great God has written his law in our hearts, by which we are taught and commanded to love and help and do good to one another, and not to do harm and mischief one unto another." In York County, just 2 short years ago, we experienced threats levied against the people of the Jewish faith. We were shaken to the core. Nothing like that had ever happened in our community. The murder of the worshipers of the Tree of Life Synagogue is a really painful reminder that despite our best actions, that hatred and evil, it still exists. And we pray God's peace and comfort on all of those who feel the incredible loss of those precious souls. As a body, we have said here today and tomorrow and for the rest of time that this Commonwealth will be a place where all religions can exist and people of all faiths can thrive together, that we can practice our faiths without fear of persecution or prosecution, without fear of attack or retaliation, that we as members, as staff of this body, that we will be leaders to show that we value all people of all religions and all beliefs, that we will take time to listen to someone of the opposite faith, to understand their position, to realize that they value their faith as much as we value ours. President Lincoln said that the most reliable way to predict the future is to create it. I implore us to heed the words of President Abraham Lincoln. Let's create the future that William Penn always envisioned for our great Commonwealth. Thank you, Mr. President.